What does it matter if it's 1 week or 1 month or 1 year? When you are suffering, when you're in this loop, the question you have to ask yourself is, am I okay living my life like this? And if the answer is no, you need to find out what kind of life it is that you really want for yourself. And then from there, it's pursue that until you get there. All right. Hey, my friends, and welcome to today's episode where I want to talk about a question that I get often, and I thought it would be worth making an episode on. And that is on the question, how long does recovery from OCD and anxiety take? And before we even dive into the episode, I'm going to spoil this for you that I'm not going to give you a specific time because the answer is it really all depends on you. And moreover, I would never, ever encourage you to allow someone to tell you and create any kind of limitation for you and entertain that as your own belief and adopt it unless it serves you. So if I told you that it's going to take 2 years, you wouldn't adopt that, right? Because that's just a belief that I'd be sharing. So don't ever allow someone to tell you something. Now, that said, I can talk about what I've seen and my own experience and, you know, just kind of share some basic thoughts on, recovery and time. So if you didn't see my last episode on recovery itself, I really encourage you to check that out because that's going to provide a lot of context to what I'm going to share in this episode. So we'll link that down below or so have some link to it or whatever. And you have to understand that context of recovery to kind of interpret what I'm going to say here today. So I don't see recovery from a past, present, future orientation, like a time space continuum. I see it from a spiral ascension lens. Now, I didn't know any of this when I first started. So when you look at like my path to when I was, having my first quote onset, even though there was just a pattern of fear that operated pretty much my whole life. But you really look at like the onset of when I really started like spiraling with OCD, to when I truly felt like I was in a completely different place. I mean, it was over a decade for me. But the reason that this platform exists, why Restored Mind exists, Restored Minds exist, I'm sorry, why Taking Back Control and our program exists is because my goal and objective at this current stage of my life is to dramatically condense the time that one would go on this journey to get the results that I've gotten in my own life and walked other people through as well. That's, my hope would be is I can take my journey and you can learn everything from it so that it condenses the time for you, that you don't have to try to learn and go through the path that I went through. So what my path was is irrelevant because most of what I learned on this path doesn't even apply. Most of the path is me learning what not to do and then me helping you bypass that. Because recovery, like I mentioned in the last episode, is your ability to get non-resistant. And that's something that can only happen within you. What I've learned expedites recovery for people is when they have a very clear why as to why they don't want to be in this loop, why they don't want to suffer. Because there's a very big difference as to not wanting something and wanting something. So someone who says, well, I don't want to deal with OCD, that doesn't really help recovery because you're just saying you don't want something. Someone who says, hey, I can't be in this loop because I need to be the parent that I need to be for my kids, or that I need to be the spouse I need to be, or I need to be, they understand what they really want in their life and how this is impeding that. That person in the latter is generally speaking always going to do better when it comes to truly implementing this. Someone who just doesn't want this it has a tendency not to implement to the same degree. That's just been my observation. So really knowing why you want to do this and what you actually want for your life, and realize that you're fighting for that and fear is currently standing in between you and that can have a dramatic impact on someone's ability to really implement and achieve that state of non-resistance and really confront their emotions and doing all the work, the inner work they need to do. But when it comes to time, the thing is the number one thing that I would actually say is let go of time on this. What does it matter? What does it matter if it's 1 week or 1 month or 1 year? When you are suffering, when you're in this loop, the question you have to ask yourself is, am I okay living my life like this? And if the answer is no, you need to find out what kind of life it is that you really want for yourself. And then from there, it's pursue that until you get there. So whatever roadblock you run into, it doesn't matter. However hard it is at times, it doesn't matter. You don't allow yourself anything other than success. You just you don't have the option to stop. You don't give yourself the out that you're not going to obtain it. For me, that was one of the things that I brought to the table that no one taught me. It was just the relentlessness. I just knew I wasn't going to live like this. I wasn't going to live in fear. I wasn't going to allow this loop to run my life. And so in some of my darkest moments, it was just this, it doesn't matter what needs to happen. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter what needs to be done. Like, I am going to achieve this outcome, even though I didn't even know how to get there. Right? When you bring that to the table, then most of the other stuff that you worry about or the excuses people use become irrelevant. It just becomes irrelevant. Time is irrelevant because I just know that it's going to happen. And I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get there. So the question when someone brings this to me is, those are kind of the two main things that I would say is, well, one, do you know what you really want as opposed to not just knowing what you don't want? And number two is let go of time then altogether and decide that that outcome is the outcome you're going to pursue, and you're going to do it until you get there. And if you do that and you truly buy into that, you're going to be successful, and you'll be successful usually a lot quicker than you think. So I hope this was helpful. Wishing you all a great day and a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey there, this is Matt Codde, and I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch that episode. And if you found it helpful, we have some other episodes available for you as well that we've linked here. And if you're looking for additional resources, I have links down in the notes, or you can head over to restoredminds.com/start to get started with some new free resources that we have available. Thanks so much, and look forward to seeing you soon.